بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين إنه خير ناصر ومؤين. If you check the internet, go to social medias, you see that many of the non-Muslims are raising objections against Islam and especially against the Prophet of Islam. And one of the topics is the child marriage of Ayesha with Prophet. They are repeating this idea that Ayesha was 6 years old and he became, in fact, they did nikah when she became 9 and it is not acceptable. So a very old man, like 40 years old, is going to marry with a girl with a 6 years old. Is it acceptable or not? I should say that it is not acceptable at all, and based on different evidences that we have from even Sunni sources, Ayesha was not absolutely 6 years old. She was not absolutely 9 years old. She was older than that. So today we want to discuss about this issue, and you will see that we have many things, in fact, evidences to prove our idea. If among all of you is a Sunni brother or Sunni sister, please keep watching these slides. All of these documents are from Sunni sources, and we want to discover the reality. I'm not here to disrespect any person. I don't want to, in fact, disregard any figure of Islam. I'm not here to insult the wife of Rasulullah. I'm not here to insult any other figure. We want to discover the reality. And enemies of Islam are attacking Islam based on some fake hadith in our books. So let us discuss, let us solve this problem. If Ayesha is going to marry Prophet at the 6, it is not going to make a virtue for Ayesha. It is not going to be a favor for Ayesha. It is not going to be a good point for Ayesha. Nowadays, it is a very negative point for Islam and Prophet Muhammad. Today we want to calculate the age of Ayesha at the moment of the marriage. The source of this idea comes from the Sunni sources. That you see one of them in Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 4840, that Ayesha said that أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم تزوجها وهي بنت 6 سنين. That Prophet married with Ayesha while she was 6 years old. وأدخلت عليه وهي بنت 9. And they did nikah when she was 9 years old. So anything wrongs that is going to happen over there, and any objection that is going to raise against Islam, is going to come from this type of hadith. Sometimes we see that some Sunni brothers are in fact treating Sahih Bukhari in a way that it is a Quran. No, it is not Quran. It is just a book, like other books. Even Bukhari himself, he was not treating his book like Quran. He said, yes, I tried my best to pick the best hadith, the Sahih hadith. But this is the idea of Bukhari. He was a scholar like me, like others. So we should be brave enough to evaluate whatever he said. Maybe he did a mistake. Maybe the people who are going to, in fact, be narrators of this type of hadith are going to be weak people. They are going to be liars. They are going to be not reliable people. So it is very clear and it is very obvious that we may reject some of the ahadith. And unfortunately, you see in the Facebook or in social media that many non-Muslims are using this type of hadith, and they are taking screenshot, they are taking picture from the book, from this hadith, and they are available in the internet. It is not hidden from the eyes of the people nowadays. And they are saying that which type of religion is this? That a very old man that is your prophet is going to get married with a child. It is not acceptable. We don't believe it. This is not a good prophet, and we reject this religion. And they are mocking the Islam just because of this type of hadith. So this hadith is available, and many people repeated this hadith. Sometimes we see that some of the Shias are repeating the same idea in some historical books. But let us evaluate this hadith and this idea, the early marriage of Ayesha, or child marriage or child wife of Ayesha with the Holy Prophet. I have many slides here that I derived this, in fact, hadith, again from the Sunni sources. I want to show the contradiction between the first hadith and other many hadiths which are supporting other idea. And you will discover the second idea that is going to say that Aisha was not 6 years old, but she was 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, or even 20 and more. It's very interesting. So let us discuss about this issue. The first issue that we should discover is the year of marriage. We have 3 slides that we can discover the exact year of marriage. When they did, in fact, married, there is a hadith in, again, Bukhari, that Ayesha said, قالت, and Ayesha رضي الله عنها قالت ما عزت ما عزت أو عزت على امرأة ما عزت على خديجة من كثرة ذكر رسول الله إياها. Ayesha said, I in fact was not annoyed by any lady like what annoyed by Khadija. She means that Khadija was annoying me too much. Why? Khadija is dead while Aisha married Prophet. She said, min kisrat zikr Rasulullah, because Rasulullah was remembering Khadija too much. That remembrance was going to annoy Aisha. So that was disturbing Aisha. And Aisha had such a concern that why Rasulullah is repeating the name of Khadija in many cases. But it is not the topic. Topic start here, or the main part start here. وَتَزَوَّجَنِي بَعْدَهَا بِثَلَاثِ سِنِينَ. And Rasulullah married me, Aisha is saying, Rasulullah married me after 3 years. Okay? You see in the shape, in the diagram, that in the green circle, Khadija died in the 10th of Bi'sa. And after 3 years, Rasulullah immigrated to Medina. So after 3 years. As a result, the marriage with Ayesha should happen in the 13th of Bi'sa, or the first year of Hijrah. Please keep in mind, okay, we are just putting different parts of this part of history together to discover the reality. This is the first fact that Ayesha herself confirmed, that Rasulullah married her 3 years after Khadija. And we know the exact year of the death of Khadija. Khadija died at the 10th of Bi'sa. We go to the next slide. In the second slide, we have another document which is saying, توفيت سودة في آخر خلافة عمر. This hadith is talking, or this part of history is talking about another wife of, in fact, Rasulullah, Suda. and she died at the last days of the Khilafah of Umar. وقد انفردت بصحبة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم 4 سنين. It means Suda was the only lady of Rasulullah for 4 years after Khadija, absolutely, because Rasulullah did not marry any other lady while Khadija was alive. After Khadija, Rasulullah married Suda, and she was the only wife of Rasulullah for 4 years. لا تشاركها فيه امرأة ولا سرية ثم بنى بعائشة بعد. And no lady, no slave was with Prophet, and after that Rasulullah married Ayesha. It means that if in the green circle, if we have the death of Khadija in the 10th of Bi'sa, and the marriage with Suda is going to happen at the same year, not later, because we want to calculate something that is minimum. If it happens at the same year, then after 4 years, you see here the distance after 4 years, because Hadith is saying that in 4 years Rasulullah did not marry any person. As a result, in the first or second year of Hijrah, Rasulullah should marry Ayesha. It is somehow similar to the previous hadith. In the previous hadith slide, we discovered that the marriage should happen in the first year of Hijrah. Let us go to the next slide. وتزوج رسول الله بعد خديجة سودة بنت زمعة بن قيس من بني عامر بن اللوي قبل الهجرة بأشهر. There is another report which is somehow different, and it is going to complete the previous slide. In the previous slide, we didn't know the exact time of the marriage of Rasulullah with Suda, but here this historian is Balazari is saying that after 3 years Rasulullah married Suda. And in the previous slide we said that in fact after 4 years Rasulullah married with Ayesha. So Khadija after 3 years, Suda after 4 years, Ayesha. 3 plus 4 equal 7. What does that mean? It means that Suda was going to marry in the first year of, for example, Hijrah, okay? And then Ayesha is going to marry Prophet at the year 4 of Hijrah. Year 4. So this is a new date for the marriage of Ayesha with Prophet. So keep in mind that the marriage of the Prophet with Ayesha should happen after the Hijrah, either in the first or in the 4th years of the Hijrah. Let us calculate the age of Ayesha. So we discovered the age of marriage, the time and the date of marriage. And we don't know the exact age of Ayesha, and we want to calculate the age of Ayesha at the date of marriage. Okay, so we go before and after based on different documents and data that we have to discover the age of Ayesha at that time. We know the exact date of the marriage. It was at the 1st and maybe at the 4th, okay? But what about the age of Ayesha? The first hadith or the first part of the history that we have is going to give us a hint. Ibn Jarir al-Tabari, he was Sunni, but some people are saying that he became Shia at the last years of his life. No matter, he was a historian. In his book Tarikh al-Ummam wal-Muluk al-Tabari, he said فكل هؤلاء الأربعة من أولاده ولدوا من زوجتيه اللتين سميناها في الجاهلية. This historian is saying that all the children of Abu Bakr was born in the Jahiliyyah, before the Bi'sa. You know the Jahiliyyah, before the, in fact, prophethood of Prophet Muhammad. So in the first circle, we assume that Ayesha was born 1 year, just 1 year before Bi'sa, not more. Maybe she was born 10 years or 5 or whatever, but at least 1 year. You see, the birth of Ayesha in the first shape is going to happen in the 1 year before Bi'sa, and the next year Bi'sa is going to happen, and after 13 years Rasulullah is going to immigrate, okay, and after 1 year, in the first year of Hijrah, the marriage is going to happen. So you can calculate, the total is going to be 15. This is the first document that we have, and this is the first things that we can find out based on the first document that we have. So the age of Ayesha at the time of marriage, at that date, was not 6, was not 9, it was 15. Okay, so 15 is a very different number. This is the first document that we can use to discover the age of Ayesha. And as I told you, the age of Ayesha is not that much important for us, but it is important for some people that they want to judge about Islam. So the first document is saying that all the children of Abu Bakr, we can calculate the age of Ayesha with the age of her sister Asma. Look at this document. Asma bint Abi Bakr as-Siddiq كانت أخت عائشة لأبيها وكانت أسن من عائشة ولدت قبل التاريخ ب27 سنة. For some reason, some of the age of some people had been mentioned in the history. We don't know why. For example, one of them is Asma. Asma bint Abi Bakr, and she married Zubair. She was in fact, very famous lady. She was sister of Ayesha, and she was older than Ayesha, and she was 10 years old, and we know the exact date of the birth of Asma. قبل التاريخ ب27 سنة, 27 years. Look at the first circle here. Do you see it? 27. So 27 years before Hijrah. 27 before Hijrah. We know that she was 10 years old. So 27 minus 10. Then here we have birth at the middle. We have birth of Ayesha. Okay. And after that, we are going to have Hijrah after 17 years. After 1 year, the marriage is going to happen. So you can calculate that Ayesha is here. Okay, Ayesha is here, and then after 17 years plus 1 year, the marriage is going to happen. So what is the last shape, which is telling the age of Ayesha? The age of Ayesha is going to be 18, not 6. So this is another document. This is another part of the history that we know exactly that the date of the birth of the sister of Ayesha, and she was 10 years old. Then as a result, we know exactly that at least the marriage happened at the first year. And as I told you, and as you know, maybe some documents are going to say that no, it was not even at the first year of Hijrah, it was at the fourth year. So the number will increase. It should not be 18, it should be 22, 24, 21, or whatever. But the minimum is 18. And we can discover the age of Ayesha based on this part of the history too. Let us go to another slide. We can calculate the age of Ayesha based on the age of Lady Fatima Zahra. According to Sunni hadith, it is not, this slide is not based on the, in fact, Shia hadith. Shia believes that Lady Fatima was born 5 years after the prophethood of Prophet Muhammad. We have many documents, many hadiths and whatever, but Sunni people who do not accept the hadith of Shia, they have their own resources. That's fine. If we want to talk to them, we can use this slide, this part of the slide, this document, and we tell them that according to the Sunni scholars, Lady Fatima was born 5 years before Ba'sa, at Jahiliyyah. So 5 years before the prophethood of the Prophet Muhammad, before Ba'sa, okay, and after 5 years, Aisha was born. So exactly at the year of Ba'sa, Aisha was born. And we know from other documents that Lady Fatima was 5 years older than Aisha. So Fatima was born 5 years before Ba'sa. After 5 years, Aisha came. It means that at the year of Ba'sa, when Prophet Muhammad became prophet. And we know that Prophet after 13 years immigrated to Medina. Okay, so here when Prophet immigrated, the age of Aisha is 13 plus 1 year is going to be 14. So Aisha, based on this document, is going to have the age of 14 at least, as I told you. And if you say that no, based on those hadiths, the marriage was not happen at the first year of Hijrah, it happened at the fourth, then you need to increase the 14 to something like 18 or 17. There are other parts of the history which is telling us that Aisha, okay, accepted Islam in the first days of Islam. There are many, in fact, reports over there. Fine, no problem. We don't have any problem with that. That is good that someone accepts Islam. But the problem is here that Nawawi said, ذكر أبو بكر بن أبي خيثمة في تاريخه أبي إسحاق أن عائشة أسلمت صغيرة بعد 18 إنسانا ممن أسلم. Aisha accepted Islam while she was very young and after 18 people who accepted Islam. So it should be at the first year of Islam. And if we assume that a girl is going to accept Islam, then she should understand the reality. She should understand some ideas and she should be at least 6 years. Saghira means young, okay, a girl. And that girl cannot be 1 year, cannot be 2, cannot be 3, 4, 5. It should be at least 6. So if at the first year of Ba'sa, Aisha is going to be 6, then plus 13 plus 1, we can calculate and we reach to the number of 20. So if Aisha is going to accept Islam at the first year of, in fact, Bi'tha, it means that she was born in the Jahiliyyah, which is going to be supported with other documents, okay, that all the children of Abu Bakr were born in Jahiliyyah. These two are fit with each other, that is good. And she should be at least 5 or 6. And if we calculate and we count the years of the immigration to Medina plus 1, it is going to be 20, at least 20. Maybe Aisha was not 6, maybe she was 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Saqira means not an adult person. Okay, they contradict in Arabic like that. Adult, non-adult. It means that she was not, in fact, a lady. She was not mature. She was young. So if we take the minimum number of 6, that would be enough for us. 6 plus 13 plus 1 equal 20. So the age of Aisha at that moment was 20, not 6. We can calculate the age. We can calculate the age of Aisha at the time of marriage according to the date of the death of Aisha. We know, look at this part, we know the exact date of the death of Aisha. She died at the 57th of Hijrah while she was more than 70. So 57th of Hijrah, okay, and she was 70. You can calculate, and if you calculate, you will find out that at least she should be 14. It's a part of history, so it is not deniable at all. We have a hadith in Bukhari which is saying that لَقَدْ أُنزِلَ, this hadith is from Ayesha. It had been narrated in Bukhari and other sources as well. And if I bring one quote, it doesn't mean that we don't have any other evidences or this hadith does not repeated in other books. No, I just bring one to show us the reality. This hadith had been narrated in Bukhari. لقد أنزل, Aisha said, لقد أنزل على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم بمكة وإني جارية ألعب بل الساعة موئدهم والساعة أدهى وأمر. Aisha said, I was in Mecca and I was young and I was playing. And this ayah revealed to Prophet, بل الساعة موئدهم والساعة أدهى وأمر. Good. What is this ayah? This ayah is ayah 46 from Surah Qamar. And we know that this ayah and this surah revealed to Prophet at the 5th of Bi'tha, while Prophet was in Mecca, before immigration, before Hijrah. So at the year 5th, this ayah revealed. And Aisha was young. We assume that she was 6. Because she said, I was Jariya, I was a young girl, and I was playing. Okay? And she is claiming that she heard this ayah, and this ayah revealed to Prophet, and she heard. That's fine. So she should be at least 6. 6 plus 9 is going to be 15. Not 6. So again, another document, another hadith is going to prove that Ayesha was older than 6, she was older than 9, she was older than 10, 11, 12, 13. She was at least 15. Why at least? Because we calculate and we assume 6 here. Look at the 6 here. This 6 here is something that I assumed. Maybe she was older than that. She was 10 years old. If it was 10, then 10 plus 9 is going to be 19. 11 plus 9 is going to be 20. And I assumed that the marriage happened at the first year of Hijrah. Here, if the marriage happened after that, the number is going to be increased. So I'm calculating the minimum number. Let us go to another slide. You see many documents are there. We have some controversial slide here. That Aisha married another guy by the name Jubair ibn Mut'am before Prophet. And at the year 5 or 5th of Bi'sa, Muslims and Abu Bakr immigrated to Africa. They immigrated to Africa and Abu Bakr was among them. And he took Aisha back and they asked the divorce of Aisha. In fact, Jubair ibn Mut'am, the first husband of Aisha, divorced her. What does that mean? It means that Aisha should be so old and old enough to marry a guy by the name Jubair ibn Mut'am. And he is going to divorce Aisha at the 5th of Bi'sa. So you can calculate, if Aisha was at least minimum, if she was 8 years old, look at this, if she was 8 years old, okay, and it is going to happen at the 5th of Bi'sa, after 9 years, she is going to marry Prophet, and the number is going to be 17. Jubair married Aisha, and according to the Sunni sources, Abu Bakr said, let me ask Jubair, and the father of Jubair, that his name was Mut'am, Jubair ibn Mut'am, let me ask them to divorce Aisha and I will bring my daughter for you. It is not that much important for us that what happened, but it is important for us that Aisha married another guy. And is it going to be acceptable that Sunni brothers and sisters are repeating this idea that Aisha was virgin and Aisha did not marry any guy before Prophet? Maybe it is going to be under the doubt, because this guy, Jubair ibn Mut'am, he was proud of being, in fact, the son-in-law or relevant of Abu Bakr. وكان جبير أنسب العرب للعرب وكان يقول إنما أخذت النسب من أبي بكر الصديق. I got this position from Abu Bakr. It means that there should be a marriage, and not just the relationship out of marriage. It should be something more than marriage. That Jubair ibn Mut'am was proud of having such a great connection with Abu Bakr. Nasab means that something should be there. I mean, a baby should be there. Wow. It is going to burn the minds of people. That Jubair ibn Mut'am He was proud of having a relationship with Abu Bakr. It means that he wanted to say that my son is connected to Abu Bakr. It means that he married Ayesha and they had a son, and that son was going to give, in fact, a virtue to Jubair ibn Mut'am, because Abu Bakr became Caliph and he wanted to be proud of being connected to Abu Bakr. Do we have any other documents? Yes, we have another type of hadith that Aisha went to Rasulullah and said, قال النبي عن عائشة قالت قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ألا تكتنين. Rasulullah asked Aisha, don't you want to, in fact, have a nickname? In the past, Arab had this habit to give nickname to their daughters and sons. Sometimes people were going to give nickname to a person, and sometimes a person himself or herself was going to, in fact, choose a nickname for himself or herself. Rasulullah asked Aisha, don't you want to have a nickname? Aisha said, Biman aktani. How? How do I take this nickname? You know, the nickname was going to be given to people based on their children. Like Rasulullah himself, that we call him Abul Qasim because he had a son and he died when he was infants or very young. But Rasulullah got this title of Abul Qasim. Or Imam Ali alayhi salam, he got the nickname of Abul Hasan. Okay. Or Imam Hussein alayhi salam got the title of Abu Abdullah because he had a son by the name Abdullah and he got. Rasulullah told Aisha, get your nickname from your son. Iktani bibniki Abdullah. Get your nickname from your son Abdullah. What does that mean? Aisha did not have any children from Rasulullah. So where this son Abdullah came from? It should come from somewhere. Or in another hadith, أنها قالت يا رسول الله كل نسائك لها كنية غيري. Aisha said, O Rasulullah, all the wives of you have a nickname except me. Rasulullah told her, Anti Ummu Abdullah, you are mother of Abdullah. If you want to pick a nickname, put the name of Abdullah or Abdullah on yourself. If Aisha did not have any children, and absolutely she had no children from Rasulullah, then why this Abdullah is going to be mentioned here? If you ask a Sunni scholar, they are saying that, do you know this Abdullah? This is Abdullah ibn Zubayr. He grew up, in fact, in the house of Aisha, and Aisha loved him so much, and Aisha was like his mother, and Abdullah ibn Zubayr was, in fact, cousin of Aisha, or Aisha was aunt of Abdullah ibn Zubayr. So because they were together, Rasulullah called him that he is your son and you are his mother. But what should we do with other, in fact, hadiths that the ex-husband of Aisha was proud of having a relationship with Abu Bakr? If it was just a marriage, there was no, in fact, nothing to be proud with. But he was proud to have a relationship. Relationship means that At least he should have a son from the progeny of Abu Bakr. So Mut'am was proud of being son-in-law of, in fact, Abu Bakr, or being father of the son of Abu Bakr. And it shows that maybe it gives the hint. I'm not sure. I just want to give this hint to you that maybe we can say that Ayesha married Mut'am ibn Jubair and they had a son by the name Abdullah, and Rasulullah ordered Ayesha, take your nickname from your, in fact, son Abdullah, and that son had been hidden from the eyes. Maybe he died very soon, and in fact Ayesha was not virgin, and Ayesha was not so young. Ayesha married once and she born its son for her ex-husband, and after that she married Prophet.